I'm tasting in the winery of Sine Qua Non with owner and winemaker Manfred Krankl. And we just tasted the 2008 Next of Kyn, second release, beautiful wine. I like the precision, the beauty, wonderful wine, and even from young vines, just really showing something special. Tell me about the wine and what you're trying to achieve with this estate-grown.
Well, we created Next of Kyn as an entirely separate brand from Sine Qua Non because it comes from all fruit that's grown here at what we call our home ranch. We call it cumulus. Cumulus is a sort of an accumulation of everything that happened in our life. So we live here, we made a vineyard here, we have our children here, and so we made a wine and we called it simply Next of Kyn in a certain way, referring to the follow-up to Sine Qua Non, if you will, and hopefully one day we'll pass it on to our kids as well. So this is, yes, as you said, this is the second release of this particular wine. Actually, it hasn't been shipped yet, but will come out this next spring. And it's all from fruit that's grown here. We decided at some point to do that simply because as we tasted the barrels from fruit that was grown here, that it was quite different. It had sort of a more earthy, somewhat more mineral quality to it than most of the wines that are from Sine Qua Non. And so we thought, well, I'll take at least a few barrels and keep them separate and see what happens. And the more we tasted them, the more we had them alone, we felt it warranted to maybe make a separate brand out of it and really differentiate them from the Sine Qua Non lineup. The first release was in '07. Like you said, the vines are fairly young. They were planted in '04. We now have 2 new blocks that we have planted in '08, for which we get first fruit this year, with some interesting things like Mourvèdre, Petit Syrah, Touriga Nacional. And so the wines may even change a little bit, or who knows, we may even have something else in the box that may be separately bottled once we see what the wines are like. Mostly just really emphasizing the difference in terroir, if you will, in climate and soil of what we have here, and make an entirely separate product out of it. And I mean, I must say, I liked the first release, which was 2007. I like this one significantly more. And I really am very excited by all the new varieties coming on because I think it'll give us what I call more colors to paint with. You know, I think it's the interesting wine.
I like it too. It's, like I said, I like the precision and the clarity in the wine.